Police are always under scrutiny, whether it's the media, auditors, or even higher authority. Well, this video is going to showcase one police officer catching himself out on his own camera. This traffic cop loses his cool and ends up costing himself his job. Wow, let's see that from his angle on his body cam.
Alpha 3, give me.
So we've just watched the officer jump out in front of a moving vehicle and then strike at it.
Pull over! Pull in the parking lot! Pull in the parking lot! We're in this parking lot right now!
I'm so sorry.
Pull over!
Oh my gosh, please don't yell at me, sir.
Pull over now!
Oh my, is there someone else with you?
No, pull over, goddammit! I'm not repeating myself. Get out of the roadway and pull over. Turn the car off. Alpha 3, I'm already got 1 unit stopped. You need to get up here for traffic. License and registrations now. Did you not see this bright yellow vest standing in the middle of the street?
No, I did. I thought you were leaving.
No,
before.
this means stop. This means stop.
I didn't see that until I was already past.
And then you still drove by me.
I'm so sorry, sir. I didn't.
License and registration now.
Hold on. Sorry. Give me a second, okay?
No, license and registration now.
Okay.
You almost ran over an officer standing in the middle of the street.
I'm so sorry. I didn't
Maybe if he didn't jump out in front of her car, it wouldn't have been as close.
realize what was going on. That was very confusing.
It's a bright yellow jacket standing in the middle of the street. What don't you understand?
All the other cars were going.
No, they weren't. You were the only vehicle coming from that way. You almost ran me over in the middle of the street.
I'm really.
Keeping it simple, a yellow vest on a traffic officer means proceed with caution and obey further instructions. So let's take a look back at what instructions he gave the woman as she was driving towards the intersection. We are no experts in traffic control, but making no eye contact with the driver and a small gesture with the palm of his hand facing the ground down by his waist is nowhere near the signal to stop a vehicle. So the driver, with no further instruction to stop the vehicle or turn the vehicle, is essentially free to continue through the intersection.
Out of your car and stand next to the fender.
Sure.
Leave your purse in the car. Where do you work?
I work for a clothing company in California.
What are you doing here today?
I'm going to Target.
You're going to Target.
Yeah, to do a pickup.
What is such an important factor that me standing in the middle of the street,
Sir, I
stopping you, and you try to run me over?
Sir, I swear.
And then you looked at me, you waved at me, and then you kept going
I
anyway.
swear I was not trying to run you over. I thought you were. The cars were going.
I'm telling you to stop in the middle of the
didn't see
street,
your
and you
hand.
wave at me and keep going.
I saw your hand before, and it was too late to stop. And
No,
I
it
put my
wasn't.
hand
You
up
were doing
saying,
10 miles an
sorry.
hour, and you still drove by me.
I'm sorry.
You didn't even attempt to stop your car.
Sir,
You're lucky you're not in handcuffs right this second.
I'm very sorry, sir. I really.
Explain to my kids why they don't have a dad a week before Christmas, because you're trying to run somebody over.
Sir, I promise.
You see the bright lights flashing in the middle of the street? That means use caution. There's a cop out there. I got kids at home, and you almost ran me over
Okay.
a week before Christmas.
Sir, when I see a flashing yellow light.
It's not flashing. It's red and blue.
It was
That's a cop car standing in the middle of the street flashing lights.
I promise I was not.
With the officer becoming very irate and aggressive towards the driver, it's in good time that other officers arrive to hopefully defuse the situation.
street and then waves at me and still tries to drive by me. Run her, please, and make sure she's valid.
What is it?
I got 2 kids at home waiting for me to come home tonight.
Sir, I'm very sorry. I felt
Sorry doesn't break it. You looked right at me and still decided to drive by me.
I was in the middle of the
No, you weren't. I was in the middle of the intersection.
You may have noticed that other officer just arrived. That's their chief, and this is where things could go really south for the irate officer.
Yes,
You hurt?
emotionally.
Yeah, she's good.
You got a summons book? Would you mind filling this out for me? My hands are a little shaky right now.
So you're gonna fail to
Failing to obey a signal of the officer. Reckless driving.
With the chief not being able to calm the officer or make much sense of what happened with him being so angry, he goes to speak to the woman about the situation. After speaking with the woman, the chief calls on a rather in-depth investigation to go over all the footage and get to the bottom of what actually happened and figure out how to deal with it. So with that in mind, the chief gives the officer some short but sweet advice before they get into it.
Okay.
She almost runs me over.
You need to calm yourself.
During the investigation, the chief reviewed the officer's body camera footage, where he uncovers the officer jumping in front of a moving vehicle and striking at it, after not giving the woman clear instructions, which is a huge breach on the officer's part. He then watches the out-of-control rage that the officer goes on, swearing, screaming, and making accusations at the driver, which is also a large breach. With all of that in mind, the chief makes the huge decision to fire the officer with no further argument. Wow, tell us what you think of the situation. Who do you think was in the wrong? Or should the officer have even been fired? Let us know in the comments. And as always, if you're still here watching this, we want you to know that we appreciate you. And to show our appreciation, we're going to keep these videos coming. So to stay caught up, subscribe to the channel and don't forget to turn on the notifications. See you in the next one.